So we are talking about how to get your team to follow through. But before we dive into the steps to follow, I want to know from you, what is your experience working with someone who didn't follow through or didn't hold others accountable? So after reading through hundreds of books on leadership and studying what makes high-performing teams tick, I can honestly say that the key habits, follow through and accountability, make all the difference. You may be wondering, I already know these things. So why am I still struggling to put them into practice? Well, it's not enough to simply know. We must embrace these habits at every opportunity. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. You probably think you're good at following up, but here's the truth. Most of us don't follow up nearly enough. And you can't expect your team to do something you're not doing yourself. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever worked with a manager or leader who promised to follow up but never did? Or maybe you've been in meetings where decisions were made and then forgotten. As a result, projects stalled and missed deadlines became the norm. This isn't just bad management, it's a lack of follow-through. The problem is we often think of follow-through as an afterthought instead of a critical habit. But here's the reality. Without follow-through, our intentions mean nothing. And if we want to build high-performing teams, we must hold ourselves and others accountable. It's not about control, it's about ownership. And that's where accountability comes in. Accountability breeds responsibility and ownership. When we hold ourselves accountable, we become more responsible with our actions. Instead of promising what we think you want to hear, we say what we mean and mean what we say. We show up on time, meet deadlines, and take responsibility for our mistakes. Okay, so now that we understand the why, let's talk about the how. Here are the 5 best ways to start following up and holding others accountable. Number 1, lead by example. Do as I say, not as I do. How often have you heard that phrase? Well, it's time to change that. As leaders, our actions speak louder than words. If we want our teams to follow through, we must lead by example. Let's look at a real-world scenario. Imagine a project where you assign tasks to your team and then move on to the next urgent priority. You might think you're being helpful by focusing on the big picture, but what does that send to your team? A message that their work is less important than yours. Now consider this. After assigning tasks, you take a few minutes to check in, asking questions like, do you have everything you need? Or are there any roadblocks I can help with? This shows that you value their work and are invested in their success. By taking these small steps, you lead by example, setting the expectation that following through is a priority. This isn't about micromanaging, it's about showing that you care and that you're invested in the success of your team. Remember, your team looks to you for guidance, so lead by example, not by exception. Number 2, set clear expectations. Look, you wouldn't expect someone to hit a target you haven't shown them, right? Yet that's what we do all the time at work. We give vague assignments and then wonder why they weren't followed through on. To drive follow through, we need clarity on goals, roles, and timelines. This isn't a one-time conversation, it's an ongoing dialogue. Think of it like a gardener tending to their plants. Just as a gardener regularly checks the soil, weeds, and blooms, we must regularly check in on our team's understanding and support. Tools like scorecards can be game changers, providing a visual representation of expectations. They allow you to track progress and identify roadblocks early on. In the end, clear expectations aren't about micromanaging. They're about empowering your team to succeed. When everyone knows what's expected, they're free to do what they do best, which is perform. Number 3, embrace the power of check-ins. Check-ins are your secret weapon. Whether it's a quick coffee chat or a formal review, they keep everyone aligned. Some leaders might think these meetings are a waste of time, but here's the truth. Regular check-ins show you care. They're not about catching people out. They're about catching problems early. So many issues could be avoided with a simple, "How's that project going?" Or "Are there any challenges I can help with?" These check-ins should be consistent, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. The key is to establish a rhythm that works for your team. Remember, it's not just about talking, it's about listening. Asking questions like, what's working well? What could be improved? And is there anything blocking your progress? Can uncover issues before they become roadblocks. Number 4, make feedback a part of your routine. Feedback isn't a one-off conversation, it's an ongoing dialogue. Think of it as the fertilizer of personal and professional growth. Just as plants need regular feeding to thrive, your team needs regular feedback to grow. There are two sides to effective feedback. One is recognizing and rewarding great work. The other is constructively addressing areas for improvement. This could be done through formal reviews, informal chats, or even written notes. But remember, feedback is most effective when it's specific, timely, and focused on behavior, not the person. The goal isn't to tear down, it's to build up. By making feedback a part of your routine, you're investing in your team's growth and development. And that's something they, and you, will reap the rewards of time and time again. Number 5, celebrate wins big and small. Celebrating wins is a powerful way to reinforce positive behavior. Whether it's hitting a quarterly target or simply nailing a presentation, take a moment to recognize and celebrate that achievement. Public praise has a way of motivating others and making accountability contagious. It doesn't have to be extravagant. A simple great job on that presentation or thanks for going above and beyond on that project can go a long way. By celebrating wins, you're reinforcing what works and encouraging your team to do it again. So next time you see a win, don't let it go unrecognized. Take a moment to celebrate. Your team will thank you for it. Here's the deal. We all want our teams to succeed, but words without follow-up and accountability are just empty promises. I challenge you to adopt these habits, not just for your team, but for yourself. Be the leader who leads by example, who sets clear expectations, who holds regular check-ins, who gives constructive feedback, and who celebrates wins. In the words of John Wooden, if you don't do it today, who will? If not you, then who? Your team is counting on you. Your business success depends on it, so step up, follow through, and hold others accountable. The results will speak for themselves. And hey, if you found this advice helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to share it with your fellow leaders. Together, we can build stronger teams and achieve greater success. Thanks for watching and keep leading with clarity, courage, and consistency. Until next time.